Dang, jumped out.
What happens when one of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters, who is preparing for a career-defining showdown, suddenly ends up in a hospital after an unexpected backstage altercation? This isn't just ordinary rivalry in the sport anymore. Terence "Bud" Crawford, widely regarded as one of the best in boxing, gets caught off guard during a crucial moment in his journey, while Gervonta "Tank" Davis appears to be losing control, as fight week quickly descends into disorder during what was supposed to be a routine press conference.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. If everybody including Will, winning. Fuck.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
Coming in from a hospital, Bud has finally stepped forward with his first public comments, and what he revealed shifts the entire situation in a major way. Here's how it all went down. The tension kicked off behind the scenes at the Canelo versus Crawford press conference, where the atmosphere was already extremely intense. Even though this wasn't Tank's event, he still showed up and got involved, adding even more heat to the situation. Witnesses say Tank crossed paths with Crawford while Crawford was briefly leaving the stage area during a short break. There were no official cameras pointed in that direction, but the zone was crowded with people. Members of Canelo's team, Crawford's crew, and various staff members were all present and saw the entire moment unfold in real time.
Last one, because Shakur just came through. Talk to me about your relationship. You look like you was in a fight today. What?
It's hot in here. You know what I mean? So it's cool, man.
I mean, bringing him to this fight, getting him ready mentally, if not.
According to reports, the situation escalated after a heated exchange, with tensions rising very quickly. Before anyone had a chance to intervene, Tank reportedly landed a punch that connected directly with Crawford. Security immediately moved in to break things up, but the incident had already caused impact. Crawford appeared noticeably stunned, received on-site medical attention, and was subsequently transported to a hospital for further checks and observation. That single strike immediately lit up boxing social media, with fans questioning what would push Tank into taking that kind of risk once again. From there, the story takes a sharper turn. While recovering in a hospital bed, Crawford reportedly showed no fear or signs of being rattled. Instead, his response came across as calm and focused. He is said to have stated, "This changes nothing. My fight with Canelo is still happening. Tank is just a distraction." That reaction makes his mindset very clear. With the biggest bout of his career ahead against Canelo Alvarez, he's not allowing any backstage incident to derail his focus. In his view, Tank isn't part of the bigger picture, just background noise he's choosing to ignore.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality.
Let's take a step back. IT began when Tank, speaking with his usual self-assurance, suggested that if he ever moved up in weight, he would have no trouble defeating Crawford. For someone like Bud, who has ruled across divisions and reached undisputed status at 147 pounds, that kind of claim came off as highly disrespectful and dismissive of his accomplishments.
147, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147? I tapped that trend. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he
ain't
is.
got no chance.
I already know he is.
He said no chance.
I got round 5.
I got round 6.
Bud quickly responded, pushing back hard. He challenged Tank's opposition history and openly criticized the strength of the fighters Tank has faced, raising doubts about the overall depth of his resume.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
No, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right,
I'll welcome him.
At a gala event, Crawford reportedly made a subtle remark referencing Tank's absence, delivered in a way that suggested he views himself on a different level. Tank responded in return, pointing to his popularity and financial success as proof of his standing, though Crawford wasn't willing to give up the moment or let it slide. What makes the situation even more intense is the timing. Gervonta Davis has already announced plans to retire in 2025, which leaves him with only a limited window, just a couple of years, to solidify his legacy and prove exactly where he belongs in boxing history.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
As Tank moves closer to the final stage of his career, fans and analysts across boxing are calling for major, high-stakes matchups. One name keeps coming up: Crawford.
Return.
What changed?
What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. Like like you said, you got to walk today.
However, even though Tank appears open to pushing the matchup forward, Crawford isn't fully convinced. He's holding back, and there are specific reasons behind his hesitation.
Tank gave a little prediction on the fight, talked about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield, talked about the punch resistance. What do you think of Tank's assessment, man? Don't see it. Don't see it. Could he get it in the future? I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
Everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight? Or?
What, 168?
Yeah.
Right. So you got Canelo winning then, right? Then definitely. If he fighting at 168, definitely.
That said, Crawford hasn't shut the door on it completely. He's still open to the matchup, but only under one clear condition. Tank would need to move up to his division for the fight to happen.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
He's going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
To be fair, some fans and analysts feel that Tank Davis hasn't quite been at his sharpest in recent outings. After his time dealing with legal issues and the disruptions that came with it, and following a less convincing showing against Lamont Roach, there's been growing chatter online suggesting that his performances haven't looked as dominant as before.
Tank did that, so I know the got in his eye, but they should have countered it. They would have countered it, it would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He seemed a little distracted in the fight.
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point. Like,
you know, funny thing, bro. That's why I cut my braids off. I had braids, and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit. When I fought Andre, that shit was burning my eyes, so I cut that.
Instead of prioritizing a clear path back to top-level dominance, he's been drawing attention for all the wrong reasons. He's been appearing at other fighters' press events, dealing with offering legal trouble, and even calling out Jake Paul for lucrative exhibition-style bouts.
After Canelo, obviously, you know, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, you know, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back. And then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But, man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching, like, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. But, and so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that, like, we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? Like, if he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
And now, the situation escalates with Tank allegedly getting physical with Crawford. Not inside the ring, not in front of a crowd, but in a backstage hallway.
It's done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up. He done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something similar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that.
Speaking of Floyd Mayweather, he's reportedly made his stance pretty clear about where he stands in the situation, and it's not in Tank's corner this time. According to his comments, he believes Tank crossed a line by disrespecting Crawford's family, something he says he can't support. That kind of shift hits hard, especially considering how important Floyd has been in Tank Davis's rise. Gervonta Davis built a large part of his early career under Mayweather's guidance. So seeing that relationship appear strained is a major talking point at the same time. The reality is that Terence Crawford doesn't necessarily need this back and forth. His attention is locked on the biggest opportunity ahead, Canelo Alvarez, and a fight that could define his legacy on a global stage.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. Actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Here's the reality many fans point out. Tank is naturally smaller than Crawford, and when you place him next to someone like Canelo, the size difference becomes even more obvious.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just... Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
In boxing, being the bigger fighter doesn't guarantee success. But once you're competing at the highest tier, physical advantages become far more significant. Crawford has the hand speed and fight IQ to create real challenges for Canelo. Yet he would still be up against an opponent who is naturally heavier, stronger, and able to push the pace while slowly grinding him down over time.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68? I
don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make one.
One more point worth noting is that the anticipation around a potential Canelo versus Crawford matchup is already heating up and drawing plenty of attention. The press conference exchanges have already been tense, with Canelo openly signaling that he doesn't give much weight to Crawford's skill set overcoming the size gap. He's made it clear he doesn't buy into the notion that Bud can simply step up in weight and walk away with his titles.
Saying he fighting for the money. You ain't saying Mayweather the promotion's trying to make the most money off of Tank possible. You saying he fighting for the money.
If he said he went in there 0 times and requested the big fights, obviously he don't really care about the big fights. He just want to get the money, in which he's doing a good job at.
I mean, maybe he just let his team, come up with who they think should be next for him, and maybe that's why he hasn't gone in there. Because anytime we see him, hear him after a fight, well, who, got to sit down with Calvin and the team and Floyd and London, and, they going to come up with, whatever's next.
That wraps up today's video. That if you enjoyed watching, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.